What up, YouTube? Nope. What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 15. The episode is titled Take Your Meda-cine? Okay, I play on Meda-cine with Meda-cine, I guess you gonna say. Alright, you guys, if you guys are watching this or any other video on the channel and you guys are not subscribed, do me that favor, stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video. And with that, you guys, without further ado, let's discuss Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, shall we? Alright, you guys, so we're going to pick up where we left off at with that messy ass party that Shekinah was throwing for Spice, right? Yes, Spice. So you got Messy Red. So Messy Red, you guys remember, they were talking to Meda. Meda said she been messing with Jock since 2008, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 19, definitely 20. You remember when Carla was doing that messy shit, right? So eventually Spice, Meda, and Shekinah went outside, right? So they asked Meda, like, like with you and Jock, what's up with that? She says, you know, she was with Jock back in 2019, and they were like, he was with Kendra then. So she says that, you know, she didn't really know nothing about Kendra. I'm gonna put a pin in that for right now, and I'm gonna come back to it again because it came back up again later in the episode. So she says, you know, she loves Jock, and, you know, he'll always love her. She feels like she's the one that got away. I don't know if you can say that. Maybe, well, you know what? Maybe you can feel like he's the one that got away, but I don't know if he feels that you're the one that got away, since he is engaged to Kendra at this point, and even current day, Jock and Kendra are married. So that's the confusion for me. Why are we discussing this when Jock and Kendra are presently married? Girl, what? But okay, let's pause here, you guys, and let's go ahead and move forward. You guys, Kirk and Rashida. I don't really know how to feel about Kirk and Rashida. When it comes to Kirk and Rashida, you guys know I feel like Kirk and Rashida do shit for just the fuck of it, for the show, because some of their storylines don't make any bit of sense. Actually, none of their storylines make sense to me. If I'm gonna be honest with you guys, none of Kirk and Rashida's storylines make sense. Because I have a question: where the hell is that little baby at that he had outside of Rashida? We ain't saw that baby in quite some time. What was his name? I'm about to say Carter, but that's their son. Cannon. Is that what that baby's name was? If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me, but we ain't saw that baby since then, right? So Rashida has opened up another press location on 14th Street. Congratulations. No shade here, but do people go to no shade? Because I know people who've been to it. I know people who've been to Atlanta and into her store in the mall. And, well, you know what? I think Rashida has it to where you can't come into the store and get a picture with her without buying something. Girl, I'd buy the cheapest shit in the store. And I don't think Rashida has, I don't know if she got anything cheap in there. But do people come in there just not to take pictures with Rashida? I don't know. But she's opened up another one. What is the press doing out there in Houston? I guess it's still open. And, you know, they say Frost Bistro is doing good. Congratulations. So Miss Shirley and Perline came in, right? And, you know, she tells Rashida that she's talked to her dad. And that he wants to come down there. He wants to talk to Rashida. So before that, not Carly, but Rashida was talking about Carly being at Jock's bachelor party, jumping out of the cake, and Kirk was like, but she had her clothes on, Rashida, you know, so it was strippers there, and they was naked, but Carly had her clothes on. I don't give a damn. So when her mama came in, she told Rashida that her telling her dad that, you know, she loved him, it went a long way with him, and she's talked to him, and she feels that Rashida and her daddy need to sit down, and Rashida agreed to sit down with her dad, right? So then the next thing we got with Kirk and Rashida, Kirk has taken Rashida I don't know if it was a hotel or what, but he set it up all romantical for her. And so what happened is, I guess her daddy called her, she called him back, they got into a whole big blow up argument and cussed each other out over the phone. My thing with Rashida is, because I've been in that situation where my biological mother and I, we've had our hiccups over the years. We've argued with each other. But one day I came to the realization, kind of like what Kirk said to her, I think I expected a lot from her, and I put my expectations onto her, and she didn't live up to my expectations. So I would go off on her. I would argue with her. And then it got to the point where after my mother died, I got to the point where I was like, why am I trying to put so many expectations on her? Like, why? I mean, it would be nice if, the things that I wanted from her, she could have lived up to, but she didn't. And I'm like, you know what? You're not perfect. But I got where Rashida was coming from, because it feels like, because it's kind of how it felt with me, like, you're the parent, I'm not. So I get where Rashida's coming from, but if you and the man are going to have a relationship, accept him as he is. He has his flaws and whatnot. Accept that man for who he is. But that's it, you guys. Let's pause here and let's go ahead and move forward. You guys, let's go ahead and knock Yandy out the way real quick. It's the transplants for me with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. It's the transplants for me. So Yandy is back. So the rundown with Yandy is, everybody is in Atlanta now, except for Infinity. Infinity is still in New York. Infinity is in college in New York. Yandy says she's doing good. So this is how we gonna get Sam to Atlanta. Lil Mendeecees is staying with them now. I was like, oh, so that's how Sam's gonna get brought in. God dang. Jesus Christ. When it comes to like that season when Mendeecees was in jail and she was going back and forth with Sam and Erica. Oh, and she, the Bitter Baby Mama Club. There was also the season at the reunion when they got into it and Yandy got her ass up in the ugly ass dress trying to charge at them, and then her family member grabbed somebody. Was it her cousin? It was her cousin, right? That grabbed Sam by the hair. So I'm like, oh God. But at least we don't have to see Erica. I don't have an issue with Erica, but Sam and Erica together teaming up against Yandy, and despite the fact that I don't see it for Yandy, I was over them all that in that season. I can't remember which season of New York that was, but I was over all of them at that time. Oh, we get to see Kim, her mama, her stud mama. So yeah, Yandy's businesses, they're doing good. She bought the restaurant next door, but she also tells us that her mom was in a near fatal accident. So her mom FaceTimed her and told her that she's not going to be mobile for the next year. Damn, that's got to be terrible. But the silver lining is, although she may be immobile for a year, at least she is still among the living. And, I hope Yandy cherishes that, because there are a lot of people who don't have their mothers. So that's it, you guys, for Yandy. Let's pause here and let's move forward. Alright, you guys, so next up, let's talk about Spice. So Spice lets us know that she's getting ready to go out to New York. She's going to be doing some performances with Shaggy, and she also has some, some interviews to do where she is promoting her album. So then we see her, she's talking to Meda. Now you guys remember, Meda is going to be submitting her for the Grammys, which she did get the nomination, but she didn't get the award. So Meda says, like, girl, why did you out me? And Spice was just like, I wanted to just be clear with everybody who you were, because if it was a situation where Carly had brought someone that Justin messed around with, she would want to know. Would you really? Okay. So Spice then asked me, the girl, you're the one that went down the timeline. 2008. Here. Duh. 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 Now, here's something that kind of confused me with Meda. So Meda was talking about their relationship, but Meda said that, she had just gotten out of a marriage, and that, she would wake up to Jock and they would have fun. So I was like, was it a sexual relationship? Because the way you talking right now, although you said you love the man, it sounds like it was only a booty call. I'm just saying. It's just the way you're expressing it. It sounds that way to me. So then Spice asks her, so you never knew about Kendra? She says no. You never saw them on this show that you're on currently? Meda says no. Believe it or not, she didn't have cable. Okay, girl. A lie don't care who tell it. Okay, I didn't pause. Nothing happened with the video, guys. I paused because I'm just like, girl, you want me to believe you ain't never, okay. Love and Hip Hop, as trashy and as ratchet as it is, among our people, that show is widely known. Okay, girl, if you say so. If you say so. Who is this that's talking about they make check stubs on my Instagram? Bitch, what I need you for? It's a spam. So we see Spice. So Spice is in New York with Shaggy. They're rehearsing. And then we see her, she's doing some performances and she's doing some interviews. And although Spice didn't win a Grammy, I need to listen to Spice's album. But I wish Spice nothing but, I wish her the best. I want her to be a very successful in her career. That's all I got for you guys with that. So let's pause here, and I think we're going to start to wrap up the episode. Yep. We'll wrap up the episode, you guys. All right, you guys. So next up, let's go ahead and get into Jock, Cena, Carly, and Sierra them. So, Jock has gone over to see Cena. You guys know Cena is the mother of his twins. So Cena lets him in the house. Cena tells him that, they got a lot to talk about and that they are in a bad space. Now, when Cena sat down with him, I'm like, why would y'all be in a bad space? But I then had to think, I had to think about it. Because I was going to say something that Cena said later in the episode. I was going to call Cena. I'm like, Cena, are you a little bit bitter that you and Jock and I together? But Cena said, but when I thought about it, I'm like, that makes sense what she said. So she's mad at Jock because Jock made a pinky promise to one of their daughters. And I guess he didn't come through. Now, that part I understood her about. Like, don't make a promise to the child and then don't come through. He says, I have to work. And she's like, I work too, Jock, so what the hell? So then she says that Kendra DM'd her and it pissed her off. And at that time when she said it, I was like, why would it piss you off that she DM'd you? That means that obviously she doesn't have your number. But then I literally sat there and thought about it. How would I feel if I have kids and, the mother of my kids, she's getting married, and let's just say that the kids are with me one weekend, and she's getting married on that weekend, and she said, oh, I want the kids to be in my wedding. And you just telling me now that you want them in your wedding? No. And it's not even you that's coming to me. It's your soon-to-be husband that's coming to me saying, oh, yeah, we want your kids and we want the kids in your wedding. First of all, no. That is disrespectful. I have to think about it. I just have to think about it. One, Jock should have been the one that told Cena, hey, Kendra and I, we pushed up our wedding. We would like for the girls to be in the wedding. That's one thing. But then even if Kendra took it upon herself, Kendra went the wrong way by DMing her. Kendra should have asked Jock, like, hey, what is Cena's phone number? Let me call up. Actually, when you DM Cena, all you had to do was Cena say, if you don't have Cena's phone number, you could have DM'd Cena saying, hey sis, can I get your, me and you ain't really talk like that, but can I get your number? And then call Cena up and be like, hey, Cena, can me and you, if you don't want to have this conversation over the phone, can we go out to lunch or something? Sit down with Cena, woman to woman, because you're gonna be the mother, her daughter's stepmother. So sit down with her and have a conversation with her. So I was on Cena's side. So we are 10 days away from Jock and Kendra's wedding, and they ain't got shit playing. We see her with Rico Chappelle. I'm like, so you're just now getting your dress done 10 days before the wedding? Wow. I know about procrastination. I mean, I know there's such a thing as procrastination, but baby, a wedding, and then they talk about how much money things are costing, and she's gonna have a bridal shower, but she's not paying $50K. She's gonna do it at home, kind of kickback style. Say what? Oh, that gave me anxiety just watching that. So then Sierra, actually before I get to Sierra, let's talk about Messy Red. So Messy Red is meeting up with Cena. Now Messy, I still don't understand this friendship between Messy Red and Cena. I still don't understand it to this day, but hey, they cool with each other. So Cena says that, she didn't know that Jock and Kendra were getting married. And then that's when she says, she don't want people to say that she's the bitter baby mama. And like I said, I don't think she's bitter after I just literally thought about it and she said it in this scene. It's a respect thing. So Carly tells her that she jumped out of the cake, but she's not invited to the wedding. Girl, why would you expect to be invited to the wedding? Never mind. I can't ever understand the inner workings of the mind of a bird. So they both talk about the things that they've heard in Mama Joyce's streets. Okay. So then we see Sierra and Rennie. So Rennie and Sierra are going to be going to the bridal shower. Sierra wants to know, I am in this girl's wedding, and I'm gonna be, in her bridal line, but I don't know if I should tell her what this girl Meda said. But then I don't really know if what Meda is saying is true. Well, Sierra, let me put it this clearly for you. Even if you knew it was true, that ain't your business. That ain't your place. Stay the fuck out of it. Let somebody else be the one to tell her. What is her name again? Kendra. Let somebody else be the one that tells Kendra. So they get to the party, and she's still conflicted about what to do. Girl, mind your business. That's what you do. Mind your motherfucking business. So Yandy showed up there as well. So we find out that Yandy and Rennie, they met in passing, when she performed for Kanye or something like that. They talk about their relationships, Rennie with her dude that's in jail. Girl, See, the difference between Yandy and Mendices is they got married before he went to jail. Now, most of their marriage was, lived out through a cell phone, payphone, and email and letters. Girl, you're not even married to this man yet. You're his fiance. Get out while you can. I'm just saying. I know Yandy talked about the fact that those communications were some of the most intimate. Girl, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. That's all I gotta say. Get the and fuck out. That's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn on your post notifications. Share the video. And until the next time, you guys, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.